My beloved child, I see you. I see every tear that falls silently in the night, every burden you carry deep in your heart, and every battle raging quietly within your soul. You have never been alone, not for 1 second. I have been with you through it all, even when you didn't feel me, even when your prayers felt unanswered. I've heard the cries you couldn't put into words. I've felt the ache in your spirit, the longing for peace, for healing, for something to change. And I want you to know, even when nothing seems to be happening, I am moving. I am working in places you cannot see, arranging things beyond your understanding. You are not forgotten. You are not cast aside. You are held in my everlasting arms. Your name is carved into my hands, and nothing, not time, not storms, not silence, can erase my love for you. While the world shifts and shadows try to surround you, my love remains unshaken. You are my child. You are my joy. You are not a mistake or an afterthought. I created you with purpose, with dreams and desires that are sacred, not random. Even when your path seems unclear, I am leading you. Even when the load feels heavy, I am strengthening you. Even when the mountain ahead looks impossible, remember, I am the God who moves mountains. So lift your head, my beloved. Let the weight of fear fall from your shoulders. Let go of the lies that whisper you're too late, too broken, too small. I am closer than your next breath. My love is your refuge, my grace your strength, and my presence your peace. Do not let the darkness of this world extinguish the light I've placed within you. Do not let doubt steal the hope I've poured into your soul. You were made for more. More than sorrow, more than struggle, more than fear. You were made to rise, to walk in bold faith, to stand in my strength, to live fully in my joy. The enemy whispers that you're alone, forgotten and unseen. But I say to you, I have heard every prayer. I have caught every tear. I am turning it all for your good. Nothing is beyond my power to restore. Nothing is too broken for me to redeem. I am the God of miracles, and I am not finished with you. Even now, I am working. Even now, I'm rearranging things in heaven and on earth on your behalf. Even now, what has been held back is about to be released. What the enemy tried to steal, I will return to you sevenfold. What was delayed will arrive in my perfect timing. Hold on, my child. Do not let go. I know the night feels long, but morning is near. The battle may be fierce, but victory is already written. I am your strength when you feel weak. I am your peace in the chaos. I am your healer when you're hurting. I am your provider when resources are running thin. I am your joy in the middle of sorrow. I am your refuge, your hiding place, your ever-present help in every moment of need. Come to me as you are. Bring your questions, your fears, your disappointments. Lay them down. You were never meant to carry this alone. I never asked you to walk this road without me. Do you know how deeply I love you? Not a shallow love, a fierce, faithful, forever love. There's nothing you could do to make me love you more, and there's nothing in your past that could make me love you less. My love doesn't depend on how perfect you are. It's not about your performance. It's not something you have to earn. It's a gift, freely given, unshakable, unchanging, eternal. When you fall, I lift you up. When you doubt, I speak truth over you. When you are weary, I give you rest. When you are afraid, I wrap you in peace. You do not have to strive to be loved. You already are. Walk with me, beloved. Let me lead you beside still waters. Let me restore your soul. Let me fill you with joy that nothing can take away. The world will try to pull you in 1,000 directions, filling your mind with distractions, your heart with fear, your spirit with exhaustion. But in me, you will find rest. In me, you will find renewal. Set your heart on me, my child. The world will try to distract you with noise, with deadlines, with voices that don't carry truth. But I am not found in the chaos. I am found in the quiet. Come away with me, even just for a moment. Sit with me, speak with me. Let me pour peace back into your tired soul. You've carried so much, haven't you? More than anyone truly knows. You've smiled while breaking inside. You've stayed strong when your strength was long gone. But I know, I saw every moment, and I didn't forget. Not one tear, not one silent prayer, not one battle was wasted. All of it is being turned into glory in my perfect time. You don't need to hide your exhaustion from me. You don't need to come pretending to be okay. I'm not impressed by masks. I'm moved by honesty. Come as you are, battered, bruised, questioning, tired. I will meet you there, and I will not shame you. I will cover you. Let me refill you. You've poured out for so many. You've shown up for others when no one showed up for you. Now, let me be your strength. Let me restore what's been drained, lost, and forgotten. My strength is not limited by human limits. It flows without end, and I offer it freely to you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not disqualified. What I've placed inside of you is still alive. Even if it feels buried under the weight of life, I will breathe on it again. Your dreams are not dead. Your calling is not canceled. Your story is still unfolding. So breathe, my beloved. Let your soul exhale. You were never meant to carry the future in your own hands. That was always mine to hold. You were called to trust, to walk, to believe, not to have it all figured out. You may not know every step ahead, but you know me, and that is enough. Stay close to my voice. When the winds get loud, anchor yourself in my word. Don't chase every opinion. Don't be swayed by trends. Listen for the whisper that sounds like peace. That's where you'll find me. There are things I'm about to release over your life. Divine ideas, open doors, answered prayers. But I need your heart postured in humility. Not fear, not striving, just stillness and surrender. You've come a long way. Don't underestimate the ground you've already taken. The days you kept walking when you wanted to give up, that was courage. That was faith, and I will reward it. Not with worldly applause, but with eternal impact. You don't need to force anything in this season. You simply need to remain faithful. I will send what's meant for you. I will align what's been out of sync. I will make straight the paths that have felt tangled. Let me guide you, not just to answers, but to understanding. Let me teach you how to rest even while you're in motion, how to carry peace even while the storm still swirls. Because peace is not the absence of trouble, it's my presence in the middle of it. And yes, I am with you. I always have been. Even when you wondered if I left, even when it felt like your prayers hit the ceiling, I was there. I never stepped away. I was holding the parts of you you didn't know how to fix. I was guarding your soul when everything else fell apart. I am not distant. I am not disappointed in you. I am near. I am invested. I am proud of how far you've come. I'm not looking at you with judgment. I'm looking at you with love, and I'm calling you to rest. Not just physical rest, but spiritual rest. The kind that reminds you, you don't have to earn my approval. You already have it. You don't have to pray perfect prayers or do perfect things. You just have to come. I ask you to come, today, right now. Not when you've cleaned yourself up. Not when you've figured it all out. Come as you are. Because I'm not after performance. I'm after your heart. Lay it all before me. Your doubts, your anger, your fears, your confusion, your guilt. I can handle it. I already know. Nothing you say will change how I feel about you. My love isn't fragile. My grace isn't conditional. My arms are still open. So come. Let this moment be the one where you let go of the shame you were never meant to carry. Let this be the day you choose to believe that I haven't changed my mind about you. I chose you. I still choose you. I always will. My child, let this truth settle deep into your heart. You are not a burden. You are a blessing. You are not someone I tolerate. You are someone I treasure. When I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. I see my masterpiece in progress. I see strength rising out of the ashes. I see someone who keeps showing up, even when it hurts. I know the shame you carry. I know the words they spoke over you. I know the things you wish you could undo. But listen closely. I do not speak to you with condemnation. I speak with compassion. I didn't call you to be perfect. I called you to be present with me. You've been so hard on yourself. You've replayed your failures, wondering if they've pushed me away, but I haven't gone anywhere. My love is not based on your performance. It's based on my nature, and my nature is mercy. You think you've fallen too far, but you're still within reach. You think your past disqualifies you, but I say it prepares you. You think it's over, but I'm just beginning. I use broken people to build beautiful things. Don't you see? The cracks in your heart make space for my light to shine through. The very places where you feel weakest, those are where I pour in my strength. And when others see your healing, they'll know it wasn't you, it was me. So stop hiding the scars. Stop running from your own story. Your redemption will be someone else's revival. You were never meant to pretend everything is okay. You were meant to walk in freedom, even if the wounds are still healing. Let go of the pressure to have all the answers. Let go of the timeline you placed on your breakthrough. I'm not late. I'm strategic. Every delay has developed your character. Every closed door was a divine detour. Every no prepared you for a better yes. Yes, I could have removed the storm, but instead, I chose to anchor you through it, because your story won't just be about surviving. It will be about transformation. I am doing a new thing. You've heard it before, but this time, it's personal. I'm doing a new thing in you, not just around you, not just through your circumstances, but in your spirit, in your mind, in your daily life. Can you feel it? The weariness lifting, the heaviness breaking, the hope returning. It's not just your imagination, that's me. I'm breathing on you again. I'm reviving what felt dead. I'm reigniting dreams that fear tried to bury. This is not the end. This is the turning point. You've come through the fire, and you're still standing. Not perfect, but purposed. Not spotless, but surrendered. And that's what I honor. Not polish, but posture. I will restore what was stolen. I will redeem what was broken. I will refill what was emptied. You've poured out so much for others. You've given without expecting anything in return. You've stayed when walking away would have been easier. And because of that, I will bless you, not because you earned it, but because you trusted me through it all. And now, I need you to get ready, not for a fight, but for a flood of peace, a flood of provision, a flood of purpose. You've walked through drought, but I'm sending the rain. You've lived in survival, but now comes the overflow. It won't be about striving. It will be about receiving. So open your hands, open your heart. Prepare room, not just for restoration, but for revelation. You will see why I allowed the wait. You will understand what I was building in the quiet. You will step into rooms where you once felt unworthy and carry my glory with confidence. And you won't walk in alone. I will go before you. I will surround you. I will defend you. You don't have to beg me to stay. I chose to dwell within you. My spirit is your comfort. My presence is your answer. My grace is your daily fuel. You may feel small in the eyes of the world, but in my eyes, you are mighty. My beloved, I am not intimidated by your weakness. I am not disappointed in your struggle. When others walk away because they don't understand your pain, I draw even closer. I don't flinch at the mess. I move toward it, because redemption is what I do. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. If you still have breath, then you still have purpose. And I am not finished with you yet. I know there are moments when you question everything, your worth, your path, even your faith. And I want you to know, those moments don't scare me. I welcome your questions. I honor your honesty. I invite you to bring your doubts, not hide them. This is not a performance. It's a relationship. Come closer, not when you feel strong, but when you feel weak. That's when I carry you. That's when I lift the burdens you were never meant to hold. I don't ask you to impress me. I ask you to trust me. I know you've been fighting battles others don't see, smiling when you're breaking, leading while feeling lost, giving when you barely have anything left. And I am proud of you, not for being perfect, but for being willing. You could have walked away. You could have let bitterness take over, but you didn't. You stayed. You kept showing up. You kept praying, even when it felt like nothing was changing. And I saw every moment of it. Now listen closely. I am shifting things. You've sown faithfully. You've waited patiently. And now the season is turning. What was heavy is being lifted. What was hidden is being revealed. What was delayed is being delivered. Not because you demanded it, but because you endured. This is not just a breakthrough. It's a divine unveiling. I'm not only answering your prayers, I'm awakening the purpose behind them. You didn't pray randomly. Your cries were connected to your calling. That burden you've carried for others, that compassion that keeps burning in your chest, that's not weakness. That's evidence of your assignment. You're not just being healed. You're being position, not for applause, but for impact, not for fame, but for influence, not to be admired, but to reflect my heart. The people you once needed to validate you, you'll soon realize you've outgrown their approval. Their silence no longer defines you. Their rejection was my redirection. I removed them, not to hurt you, but to protect the sacred work I was doing in you. Now, I'm sending people who will see you rightly, people who will honor your heart, people who will recognize my spirit within you and walk beside you, not to use you, but to build with you. You've learned how to walk through the valley. Now I will teach you how to steward the mountain. But hear this, even on the mountain, stay close. Don't chase opportunity, chase me. Don't measure success by numbers. Measure it by obedience. Because as long as you're following my voice, you will not fail. I'm not blessing you because you earned it. I'm blessing you because I'm good, and because your surrender unlocked things that striving never could. So rise, beloved, not with fear, but with faith. You are no longer defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what I've placed inside you. That quiet resilience, I built that. That fire in your spirit, I lit that. That compassion that won't quit, I shaped that. You're not weak. You're anointed. You're not forgotten. You're called. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt with purpose. And no matter what the enemy tries to bring against you, you will rise. Not because you're strong enough, but because I am strong in you. My child, there are moments you've walked through life carrying the quiet ache of being unseen. Times when you poured your soul into something and no one noticed. When your presence felt invisible, your voice ignored. But I want you to hear me clearly. I have seen every moment. I have been closer than the air you breathe, closer than the thoughts you couldn't speak aloud. While others passed by your pain, I paused to sit with it. While others heard your words and forgot them, I held each one like a treasure. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not invisible in my kingdom. You were handpicked, purposefully woven together in the secret place. Every thread of your story matters to me, even the parts you've tried to hide, even the chapters you wish you could tear out. You think no one understands what it's taken to keep going, but I do. I know what it cost you to stay kind when bitterness would have been easier. I saw how you chose to forgive even when the apology never came. I watched as you smiled through your tears and kept giving when your heart felt empty. And now I say to you, it's your time to receive. This isn't payback, it's promise fulfillment. What was sown in tears will now return in joy. I haven't forgotten the fields you tended when no one clapped. I haven't overlooked the love you gave without expecting anything in return. And because of your faithfulness, I am about to open the windows of heaven over your life. But first, breathe. Let me clear away the guilt that tells you you don't deserve it. Let me break off the shame that clings to your past. Let me remind you, this blessing is not something you earn. It's something I've longed to give you. Not because you were perfect, but because you said yes when it was hardest. Because you stayed rooted when others ran. Because you chose me over comfort. I am not releasing this out of pity. I'm releasing it because you're prepared. The refining fire didn't burn you. It built you. The silence didn't shatter you. It strengthened your ears to hear my whisper. The isolation wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And now, I will use every ounce of it to shape the future I've placed within you. Your identity is not in what you've been through. It's not in what they called you or how they treated you. Your identity is found in what I say about you. And I say, you are chosen, you are worthy, you are ready. Don't be surprised when I elevate you. Don't shrink when I open doors you didn't knock on. Don't question it when favor begins to follow you, when people begin to recognize what I've placed in you. This is not about pride. This is about purpose. I am positioning you for impact. And the very areas where you were once rejected will become platforms for redemption. The wounds you thought disqualified you will now be the very marks that reveal my healing power to others. You will not be the same person who entered the storm. You will emerge wiser, softer, stronger, and more aware of my voice than ever before. You won't need to announce what's happening. My hand will make it clear. My favor will speak louder than words. And those who once dismissed you will marvel, not at you, but at what I've done through you. So walk humbly, but boldly. You don't have to apologize for where I'm taking you. You don't have to downplay the grace on your life. You are not stealing someone else's place. This is your seat, prepared long before you even knew to ask for it. And remember, this isn't just for you. What I pour into your life will overflow into others. Your restoration will be someone else's reason to hope. Your breakthrough will be the answer to someone else's prayer. Your story will remind the brokenhearted that I still see, still heal, still redeem. This is bigger than your comfort. It's about kingdom purpose, and I know that's something your heart already understands. That's why I can trust you with it. You don't chase platforms. You chase my presence. You're not hungry for power. You're hungry for peace. And that is why I am releasing both power and peace over your life in this season. But as you rise, guard your heart. Not everyone will understand what I'm doing in you. Some will question your journey. Others will try to pull you back into places I've delivered you from. You must stay focused. Keep your eyes on me. Don't lose your worship in the noise of promotion. Don't trade your secret place for surface-level praise. You were built in the quiet for a reason, so that no stage, no room, no audience can change who you are. And when fear tries to creep in, when the enemy whispers that you're not enough for what I've called you to, silence him with truth. Remind him, you weren't called because you were ready. You were called because I would equip you. You weren't chosen because you were flawless. You were chosen because you were faithful. You're not walking into this next chapter alone. I go before you. I walk beside you, and I live within you. I will cover you in moments of uncertainty. I will give you words when you feel speechless. I will guard your heart when the weight feels too much. Let this truth become the foundation beneath your feet. You are walking into answered prayers, not by striving, not by force, but by my Spirit. And where my Spirit is, there is freedom. So go freely, fully, fearlessly. You are ready. My beloved child, you've been standing in faith for so long that your legs are trembling. You've carried promises in your heart that feel older than your strength. You've asked yourself quietly, did I mishear God? Did I get it wrong? And yet, even in the doubt, you kept showing up. Even when hope flickered, you didn't let it go out. And I want you to hear me clearly. I honor that. I see that. I bless that. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible in my kingdom. The calendar you hold in your hand may not match the one I carry in heaven, but my timing is perfect, and my memory is eternal. I have not forgotten what I whispered to your soul. I have not retracted what I spoke over your life. I do not change my mind the way people do. My word is yes and amen. And what I have promised, I will perform. I know the waiting has wounded you. I know delay can feel like denial, but I ask you now to lean in, not into your feelings, but into my truth. Let my word be louder than the silence you've heard. Let my voice be stronger than the doubt that has circled your mind. I'm doing something in you that requires deep roots, and roots are never seen. They grow in silence, in darkness, in pressure. You've been growing far more than you realize, and now your roots are strong enough to carry what's coming. You've prayed for blessing, but I've been building your capacity to carry it. You've asked for promotion, but I've been preparing your posture to hold it with humility. You've longed for visibility, but I've hidden you to protect you, not punish you. Now the season is shifting. What was underground is rising. What was silent is about to sing. What was buried is about to bloom. And the world will not just see what you carry, they will see the one who carried you. Let me say this with clarity. The wilderness did not waste you. It equipped you. You didn't just survive, you were shaped. And because you allowed me to work in the dark, I can now trust you with the light. But don't rush. Don't try to grab what I am asking you to receive. Don't strive to build what I intend to hand you. You are not in competition. You are in covenant. You will not need to manipulate outcomes. You will not need to network your way into influence. I open doors no man can shut. I place my children in places of favor, not because they demand it, but because they've been faithful. And you have been faithful. When others quit, you remained. When others wavered, you worshiped. When others ran ahead, you waited. And now I say to you, the wait was not punishment, it was positioning. I have gone before you. I have already stepped into tomorrow, and I am making crooked places straight. I am softening hearts in rooms you've never walked into. I am writing your name into stories you haven't yet seen. The right people, the right doors, the right timing. It's all aligning. Because when I move completely. But my child, I ask you to remain grounded in me. The blessing must never replace the presence. The breakthrough must never distract from the builder. I will increase your influence, but I must also increase your intimacy. So come close, still your soul. Don't lose your first love chasing second things. You don't need to fear missing it. If your heart stays surrendered, I will course correct. I will make sure you don't fall into what looks good but isn't me. You can trust me to lead. You can trust me to close the wrong doors. You can trust me to say, not yet, when it protects your destiny. I'm not in a hurry. I'm building for eternity, not for applause. And I've seen your desire to honor me. Even when no one else noticed, I did. Even when it cost you, you chose obedience. And because you've built on rock and not on sand, you will withstand what's coming. Yes, this next season will come with attention, but I've trained you in humility. Yes, there will be opportunity, but I've anchored you in wisdom. Yes, there will be increase, but you'll still worship like the one who had nothing, because that's who you are. Faithful in little, and now prepared for much. You've been asking me for open doors, but now I ask you to prepare your heart to walk through them when I pour out what I've promised. Will you remain rooted in me? Will you give me glory when the spotlight tries to make it about you? Will you carry my name with gentleness and truth? I trust you will, because I've watched your surrender in secret, and now I will reward you in ways only I could orchestrate. The days of scarcity are ending. The days of barely hanging on are giving way to strength. You will breathe again, fully. You will laugh again, deeply. You will run again, not away from pain, but toward purpose. I will pour oil on the very areas that once felt dry. I will speak life over the parts of you that felt forgotten. I will redeem what you thought was wasted time. I will restore the joy you laid down just to survive, and I will multiply what you've given me, not because you asked perfectly, but because you trusted me fully. So rise, child of mine. Walk boldly. Carry what I've placed inside you with honor. And never forget, you are not blessed because of what you did. You are blessed because of who I am, and because you chose to believe I was good. Even in the dark, the light is breaking now. The dawn is rising, and you, my child, are walking into fulfillment. My child, you've made it through storms that should have crushed you. You've survived battles that no one else even knew you were fighting. You carried wounds while singing songs of hope. You walked into rooms with a smile, even when your heart was breaking. And today, I remind you, that kind of strength does not go unnoticed in my kingdom. You've passed through fire and came out refined, not ruined. The ashes on your story are not signs of loss. They are signs of sacred things that I am resurrecting. And now I am turning your pain into power, your scars into signs, and your past into a pathway for others to follow. You thought the breaking was the end, but it was only the beginning. What looked like defeat was where I began to build something unshakable in you. You see weakness, I see willingness. You see delay, I see design. What felt like wandering was actually preparation. And now, I bring you into a season of divine alignment. I've been setting things in place behind the scenes. Things you couldn't control. Things you didn't even know to pray for. While you were resting, I was arranging. While you were weeping, I was working. While you were wondering if I had forgotten, I was working on the very answer that will soon be in your hands. But remember this, it's not just about you. The healing I'm releasing into your life will flow through you into others. The peace I'm establishing in you will calm storms around you. The provision I'm pouring into your life will feed people you haven't even met yet. This is multiplication, not just blessing. I'm expanding your territory, stretching your tent pegs, increasing your reach. And it's not for fame, it's for fruit. Because you chose to honor me in the small, I will trust you with the greater. Because you chose to stay hidden when others rushed into visibility, I will now raise you with my hand and not theirs. And as you rise, Do not be afraid of the new. You may feel unqualified, unprepared, unfamiliar, but I remind you, I do not call the equipped. I equip the called. I don't look for perfect vessels. I anoint surrendered ones. And your yes has echoed through heaven. I am doing something through you that cannot be explained by talent or effort. It will be marked by grace. When they ask how it happened, you'll have only one answer. God did it. But don't forget the process. Don't throw away the lessons from the valley just because you're stepping onto the mountain. Remember the altar you built in the wilderness. Remember the whispers I gave you when it was just you and me. Carry those moments with you. They will anchor you in what's next. I am sending new relationships, new assignments, new opportunities, but they are not meant to replace me. They are meant to expand what I've already started in you. Stay anchored, stay dependent, stay teachable. This next season will move fast, but you don't have to rush. I've built you for this pace. You don't need to strive. You need to flow. You don't need to impress. You need to remain. You will be stretched, but not broken. Challenged, but not crushed. I've made your spirit resilient. What once would have derailed you will now be an invitation to deeper trust. I am refining your discernment. You will begin to sense what aligns with me and what doesn't, without confusion. I will show you who is for your destiny and who was only for your history. I will give you clarity that cuts through emotion, not so you can judge, but so you can protect what I'm birthing in you. Because not everyone can go where I'm taking you. Not everything can be carried into this next level. There are habits that must die, patterns that must be broken, voices that must be silenced. I will do this gently but firmly, because I love you too much to let comfort rob you of calling. You've asked me to bless you, but I ask you now, will you let me prune you? Will you let me cut back what no longer serves your purpose? Will you let me refine your motives, your circle, your pace? If you do, I promise, what remains will bear more fruit than ever before, and you will not walk this road alone. My spirit will guide you, whisper to you, comfort you. I will be your fire by night and your cloud by day. I will remind you of who you are when insecurity creeps in. I will surround you with people who see your soul, not just your gift. I will raise up voices who speak life, not flattery, because you are not a project. You are my child, and I'm not interested in watching you perform. I want you to thrive. I want you whole. I want you resting in me, not running for me. I want your worship to come from overflow, not exhaustion. So exhale, my beloved. The striving season is over. You are stepping into sweatless victories. The kind where the door opens and your heart is at peace. The kind where the yes feels like rest. The kind where you know this is God, only God. You've waited well, you've stayed humble, you've kept me first, and now I am releasing the harvest. It will come suddenly, but not randomly. It will come swiftly, but not cheaply. You've paid the price in private. Now I will reward you in ways only heaven could design. So rise with confidence, step forward with grace, speak with authority, love without fear, and live like the one I've called you to be. Not someday, but now. This is the moment the story turns. This is the chapter where glory unfolds, and I will walk every word of it with you. My beloved child, I want you to breathe, slowly, fully, not just through your lungs, but through your spirit. You've been running, striving, surviving, but now I invite you to simply be present, grounded, surrendered. Let me speak to the storm inside you. Let me quiet the wind that fear has stirred. Let me speak peace, not as the world gives, but as only I can give. You don't have to hold everything together anymore. You don't have to pretend to be strong every hour of every day. It's okay to collapse in my arms. It's okay to let me carry what's breaking you. I never asked you to be your own savior. I never asked you to be the one with all the answers. That's my job, and I am still God. You've endured a long season of internal warfare, moments where you smiled on the outside but were drowning inside, times when you encouraged others while secretly wondering if your own prayers were still heard. But I want you to know, every time you pressed forward in silence, heaven roared with celebration. You didn't fail by feeling weak. You triumphed by continuing in faith. I saw you crawl when you couldn't walk. I saw you worship when you were wounded. I saw you praise me with a trembling voice, and none of it was wasted. None of it was forgotten. In fact, it was those very moments that moved my heart the most. You've been building an altar in the unseen. You've been laying down pride, fear, disappointment, dreams, expectations. You've offered me your whole heart, even when it was broken, and I have taken every piece into my hands, not to discard, but to rebuild. Because I don't throw away what's broken, I redeem it. There are parts of your story you wish you could erase, moments you hope no one ever finds out. But those parts too are being rewritten, not hidden, redeemed. I will use even your darkest valleys as proof of my faithfulness. Your testimony will not be edited for comfort. It will be carried with boldness, because what once shamed you now glorifies me. I am not only healing your pain, I am transforming it. The enemy thought he could use it to disqualify you, but I will use it to platform you. The very place where you were attacked will become the place where you release anointing. The area where you bled will be the place where others are healed. You are not what happened to you. You are not what they said about you. You are not defined by the delay, the detour, or the disappointment. You are defined by my voice. And I say, you are restored. You are called. You are free. This is the beginning of a new kind of strength, not the kind that fights to be seen, but the kind that rests in being known, not the kind that strives for approval, but the kind that is rooted in identity. You don't have to fight to be validated anymore. I validated you long before anyone had an opinion. You don't need a platform to have power. You don't need recognition to carry weight. The Spirit of the living God lives within you, and that is enough. And now I am unlocking new rivers inside you. Rivers of creativity, rivers of revelation, rivers of wisdom and wonder and discernment. You will begin to see differently. You will begin to move in new rhythms. I am shifting your spiritual pace from survival to surrender, from anxious to anointed, from restless to rooted. There will be days ahead where you won't recognize your own voice because it will be bathed in clarity, boldness, and freedom. The words that once trembled will now thunder with truth. The vision that once blurred will now sharpen, and you will know, deep in your soul, this is what I was born to carry. I've trained you in secret. Now I'm trusting you in public. But never forget, I still want your heart more than your work. I still want your intimacy more than your gifting. If you never did another thing in ministry again, I would still call you beloved. I would still delight in you. Because I never called you for what you could do. I called you because I love who you are. Your obedience blesses me. Your worship moves me. Your stillness pleases me. Not because it earns you favor, but because it reflects the relationship we were always meant to have. So don't be afraid to slow down. Don't fear missing out. The world may move fast, but my spirit is never rushed. I am more interested in forming you than rushing you. I'm building something eternal, not temporary, something lasting, not loud. And I promise, if you stay close, you won't miss what I've prepared. The tables I am preparing are not filled with competition, comparison, or striving. They are filled with peace, with joy, with honor. And I have saved a seat just for you, not based on your resume, but on my relationship with you. So come back to the quiet. Let me fill you again. Let me restore the joy that got lost in the hustle. Let me renew the wonder that fatigue tried to bury. Let me refill the cup that ministry, family, and life drained. You don't have to earn what I'm releasing. You simply have to receive it. This is the season where rest will produce more than striving ever did, where surrender will build more than strategy ever could, where stillness will open more doors than effort ever unlocked. This is what it looks like to walk in grace, and you, my child, are covered in it. My beloved child, you are walking into a new dimension, not just of opportunity, but of identity. This season will not be defined by how much you accomplish, but by how deeply you know me. I'm not just calling you higher, I'm calling you closer. The greatest victories in your life will not be public ones. They will happen in the stillness of our time together. You've been searching for answers. You've asked, Lord, what do I need to do? But I ask you now, will you just be with me? I want to give you wisdom. Yes, I want to lead your steps. But more than that, I want your heart, your attention, your devotion, not just your prayers, but your presence. You've been busy tending everyone else's needs. You've poured out over and over, and I am proud of your faithfulness. But now I ask you to pause and let me pour into you. You cannot sustain others if your own soul is running dry. And I have more for you than survival. I have more for you than burnout. I have rest. I have healing. I have a renewed fire. There are things I want to whisper that only stillness can hear. There are directions I want to reveal that can't be found in noise. The road ahead will require discernment, and discernment grows in intimacy, not activity. Let me train your ears again. Let me clear away the voices of fear, of distraction, of guilt. You do not need to be everywhere. You only need to be with me. I will show you where to go. I will confirm what to say yes to and what to release. You are not meant to carry everything. You are not meant to say yes to every need. Even good things can become burdens if they are outside of my timing. This is not the season for pleasing people. This is the season for pleasing me. You will disappoint some. You will confuse others. But don't let their opinions override my instruction. I am your shepherd. I lead you beside still waters. And I promise, when you follow my lead, peace will be your companion. You've been asking for clarity, and I will give it. But first, I must clear out the clutter, the overthinking, the fear of what others will say, the pressure to perform. All of that must be laid down so I can lift you up in a way that won't destroy your peace. You were not created to hustle through life. You were created to walk in rhythm with heaven. Yes, there will be days that stretch you. Yes, I will call you to hard things, but I will not send you into burnout. I will not bless you into exhaustion. My blessing comes with rest, with wisdom, with alignment. This is why I've been slowing you down, not to punish you, but to protect you, not to frustrate you, but to restore your sensitivity to my voice. You thought you were being held back, but you were actually being held close. And in this closeness, I am reminding you of who you are, not the version others expect, not the role you've been playing, but the one I formed in the secret place, the one I breathed into with intention and love, the one who doesn't need applause to feel worthy. You are not what you produce. You are not what others expect. You are mine. You have nothing to prove, not to me, not to them, not even to yourself. You are enough, not because of what you've done, but because of what I've declared. You are chosen, you are equipped, you are called, you are covered. And as you let this truth take root again, you will walk lighter, you will speak slower, you will listen deeper. Because now you are moving from identity, not for identity. And I will begin to show you new things. You'll see people differently through my eyes. You'll understand your pain differently through my purpose. You'll see time differently through eternity. No longer will you live reactive. You will live intentional. No longer will you be swayed by every urgent thing. You will be led by what is eternal. I'm inviting you to walk with me in a new way, not just as Lord, but as friend, not just as Savior, but as companion. And this closeness will change everything. Your decisions, your relationships, your schedule, your pace. This is what I meant when I said, abide in me. You've abided in discipline. You've abided in ministry. You've abided in sacrifice. But now, I want you to abide in my love. You will not lose your fire. You will not become lazy. You will not fall behind. Because when love fuels you, you move with power. When love leads you, you carry peace. When love drives you, you produce fruit that lasts. This is what I want for you. Not just fruit, but lasting fruit. So let me prune, let me refine, let me reset what needs to be shifted. I'm not asking for a performance. I'm inviting you into presence. You've run long enough. Come sit with me again. Cry if you need to. Breathe if you need to. Worship if you need to. Or just be still. I will meet you there. And from that place, I will launch you into what's next. Not with striving, but with strength. Not with panic, but with peace. Not with exhaustion, but with ease. Because when I send, I also supply. You don't need to manufacture grace. It's already flowing. You don't need to earn this moment. You've been prepared for it. So release the guilt, Silence the fear, shut the door to shame, and receive me again, because I never left and I never will. My child, as we reach this moment together, I want you to know this is not the end. This is the beginning. The moment you let me into the fragile places, the hidden corners, the buried fears, was the moment everything started to change. You thought I was distant, but I've been closer than your breath, holding every piece of you with unshakable love. Look at how far we've come. Remember who you were when this began, the weight you carried, the fears you buried, the wounds you didn't know how to explain. But look at you now, softer, stronger, freer. You've grown in ways the world will never understand because it was not their eyes that witnessed your midnight tears or your whispered prayers. But I saw it all. You were never walking alone. I walked with you through the silence. I sat with you in the shadows. I whispered hope into your heaviness. And now I bring you into a place of fullness, not perfection, not the absence of trials, but the presence of unshakable peace. This is your turning point. No longer bound by the things that once held you, no longer defined by rejection, delay, or loss, no longer haunted by what didn't happen. You are stepping out of the old and into the new, with your head held high, with your soul restored, with your purpose reignited. I am making all things new, not just around you, but within you. There is a fresh wind blowing in your life, a holy stillness, a supernatural awareness. You'll begin to notice it. The way peace settles in your bones when you stop striving. The way wisdom speaks louder when you finally choose silence. The way joy rises, not because everything is perfect, but because you are anchored in me. This is the fruit of surrender. This is what happens when trust goes deeper than fear. When you stop forcing and start flowing. When you stop proving and start resting. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not less. You are aligned. The doors I am about to open are not just for show. They are assignments. They are invitations to be my hands, my feet, my voice. And you won't walk through them alone. I will walk with you. I will guard your steps. I will protect your name. I will surround you with favor like a shield. This is the season where your faith becomes sight, where the prayers you whispered will rise as answered echoes, where the tears you cried in the dark will water harvests you didn't even expect, where the places that once held your fear will now hold your victory. You will look around and say, only God could have healed me that deeply. Only God could have restored me that completely. Only God could have turned this story into something so beautiful. And that is exactly what I want. Not just that you would be healed, but that my glory would be undeniable in your life. This isn't just about your comfort. It's about my kingdom. So stay close. Don't rush ahead. Don't panic when you don't see the full picture. I reveal in pieces so you'll stay in my presence. I unfold the vision slowly so that your dependence deepens. Because I want this to be a partnership, not just a performance. I don't need you to impress me. I just want to walk with you. And as we walk, I will whisper. I will align your steps. I will filter your yes. I will increase your capacity. I will expand your vision. And most importantly, I will protect your heart. Because I love you. Not for what you bring to the table. Not for how well you pray or serve or speak. I love you because you are mine. And that love, it will never change. Not when you doubt. Not when you fail. Not when you fall short. My love is not shaken by your humanity. It is stronger than your mistakes, deeper than your fears, and wider than your understanding. So live boldly, love freely, give generously, walk humbly. You are not a servant begging for crumbs. You are a son, a daughter, an heir to the promise. You carry the name of heaven. And as you go, remember what you've learned in this season. That intimacy is more powerful than applause. That stillness opens doors that striving never could. That trust builds foundations fame can't touch. That favor is not earned, it's received. You've come through the fire, and now you shine. You've walked through the valley, and now you carry oil. You've waited in faith, and now you will walk in fulfillment. And even when things begin to move fast, stay slow in my presence. Even when the crowd surrounds you, stay grounded in my voice. Even when the pressure rises, stay small in my hands. Because the safest place to be is not in the spotlight, it is in surrender. I will continue to lead you. I will continue to cover you. I will continue to carry you when your strength runs out. And when the next battle comes, you won't panic like before. You'll remember what I did in this season. You'll remember that I came through. You'll remember that you are not the same. You are healed. You are held. You are whole. Now go. Not as someone trying to earn love, but as someone who is already loved. Go, not with fear, but with fire. Go, not alone, but with me. This is not just your breakthrough. This is your commission. The story isn't ending. It's beginning again, and I will be with you every step of the way. If this message reached you today, it wasn't by coincidence. God sees you. God knows your heart, and He's speaking directly to you. So pause, take a deep breath, and remember, you are not alone. You are deeply loved, completely seen, and eternally chosen. If this message blessed you, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who needs to hear God's voice today. And if you haven't already, subscribe, turn on the bell, and stay connected for more words from heaven. Until next time, walk in peace, rest in grace, and remember, God is with you always.